Hello everybody and welcome to another Worship Spotlight. My name is Daniel and today we're talking about the song Because He Lives. Well, I hope that everybody's okay. I hope you're having a good week since I last saw you. We're still in lockdown, aren't we? Which is a bit rubbish. You might be watching this and we're not in lockdown anymore. Well, I hope to our future selves who might watch this, I hope that it's all gone well and I hope this lockdown has worked and it's got our figures a little bit better for our country. We will see. Time will tell. But for this week, like I say, we are doing the song Because He Lives. Now, this is one of my most favourite songs. I probably shouldn't say that, being a worship leader and playing different songs every week. But I've got to be honest, it's one of my most favourite songs, and it's much more of a hymn than what maybe you'd consider a normal modern song. It was written in 1971. Now, points to anybody who already knows who wrote this song. I'm going to leave a gap, just in case you know. I'll tell you. It was Bill and Gloria Gaither, who wrote it in 1971. They describe it as during a socially difficult time in the country. So they're obviously American, so they thought that at that time there was like a social upheaval, and they just had their third baby as well, a baby boy. So there's all this stuff in the mix when they were writing this song. If you know them, you've probably heard of them. They have written hundreds and hundreds of really well-known songs, and they have collaborated with so many people and done so many videos and albums and stuff like that. They have a massive, massive collection of Christian worship songs. They had the social upheaval, the newborn baby, and this song came out of that time. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. There's 3 verses to this song, and we sing it at Destiny. That's what the Worship Spotlight is. I talk about worship, and more specifically, worship at Destiny. So this is one of the songs we sing as one of our hymns in our hymn slot. It's got 3 verses. The first verse talks all about Jesus and what He did for us on the cross, and the fact that there is an empty grave, and because He lives, because there is an empty grave, we know He lives. The second verse then talks about that little baby that they had in their arms whilst they were writing this song. And the second verse talks about this little baby can face uncertain days because Jesus lives. And then the third verse talks about heaven and what that is going to be like. Because He lives. You know, we sing some songs that are really positive and sort of never mention difficult seasons of life. And this song isn't one of those songs. This is a song that talks about there is uncertain days. Sometimes there's going to be uncertain days, there's going to be difficulty, there's going to be pain, but there's hope because Jesus lives. That's what the song sort of concludes. It says, well, there's all this stuff going on, but wait a minute. We can survive. We can get through it. We can have hope because Jesus lives. And the little thoughts that I wanted to talk to you about in this song, in these few minutes that I've got with you on a Monday, is in reality and theologically, it is so important that Jesus lives. And you might have never thought about that before because, Jesus died for us and he washed us clean by taking our sin and dying for us on that cross. We are clean. We have the opportunity to be washed. We have the opportunity to have a new life because of His death. But then there's a secondary thing. There's a secondary importance with His resurrection. And you might have never thought about it before, but what the resurrection, what His life now tells us is that Jesus has power over death. And that is so important for our faith because, nothing can stand against our God. That is such an important little thing that sometimes we miss. God has to live. Jesus has to be alive now, because that means that he has power and dominion over death. And that's the kind of God that I want to serve. That's the God that we look to, is a God where nothing can stand in his way anymore. There is nothing above him. There is nothing beside him. That is what the resurrection tells us. Not only have we been washed clean, but we can also say that life is worth the living just because he lives.